Good afternoon. So this is a big deal for me. This is going to be my first vlog, if you will. And this is a big step because I'm not one who really enjoys being recorded or videotaped or any of that. Now, over the summer, I made a dedication to myself that I was going to start doing things that I wasn't comfortable with, and I was going to start pushing myself out of my comfort zone to grow as a person and just challenge myself in new ways. Part of that is as a result of some of the things that I've been through in this wonderful year of 2020. And also just like I said, I want to grow, I want to evolve, and I want to become more comfortable in my own skin. Outside of, the work I'm doing in therapy and the work that I'm doing to become a healthier person, part of that is being willing to put myself out there and being willing to let people do what they're going to do and say what they're going to say and allow it to not impact how I view me, because everything that's outside of me is out of my control and everything that's inside of me is in my control. So how I view myself, how I see myself, how I treat myself, how I present myself, those are all things I can control. So in this new era of controlling what we can and letting go of what we can't, that's where I'm at. Now, the reason I decided to start the vlog is a little bit more vulnerable and a little bit more targeted at helping other people while also helping myself. So, I have struggled with weight my whole life. I have struggled with food, my relationship with food, my body image, my self-image, you name it. I have struggled with it since I can remember. I can see now, and my mom didn't do any of it on purpose, I don't believe, but I can see now how, parents pass on poor self-image and poor body image and to their children. And again, I don't think they do it maliciously. I mean, I know some of them do, but I don't think mine did it intentionally. And I also, not only from being a grown-ass woman, but also from being trained in the mental health field, I have seen and witnessed how the media and how just everything we're exposed to from the time we're children and even as adults, how it shapes and impacts our view of ourselves. And how, even and especially in today's age, where our young people and even us as grown-ups are inundated with filter options that make us look different. Like right now I'm using the warm filter because it doesn't make me look so fucking pasty pale, because I'm like Casper on a good day. Now granted, in the summer when I'm camping and living my best life, I've got a little more of a Pocahontas vibe going. But let me be out of the sun for 2 minutes and Casper the Friendly Ghost appears again. So, but other than that, I'm not using any facial touch-ups or any of those fancy filters that are available to us. But can I see how young women and young men today can have complete body dysmorphia? Yeah, absolutely. Have I been like OG body dysmorphia from fucking times before we had filters? Come at me, bro. Yeah. Because no matter how skinny I ever got, I still saw myself as a fucking fat whale. And I'm not saying that because I want anybody to think that I think fat people are fat whales. I don't think that. I've never thought that about a single fat person in my life except this fat person in here. Now, right now I am physically fat too, but I'm also working on that. Hold for a sec. Okay, but even though I'm fat on the outside still right now, I'm in the progress of not being fat anymore, and we're going to get to that in the minute. That's been a big part of what I've been working on all summer as well, is learning to love myself no matter what my body looks like. So, am I fat? Yes. Does that mean that I'm worth any less than any thin person? No. Does it make me less than anybody else? No. Doesn't make me more than, except obviously like higher weight, I'd be more than that person. But weight and faces and body it's a body, right? And I have to be grateful for what my body's done. My body has held life. My body has run 5Ks. My body has, weightlifted. My body has gotten me through so many things. I can walk, I can talk. I'm blessed. So yeah, I'm not perfect and I'm not where I want to be, but I'm on my way. And the reason I started this vlog is because I want other men and women who are seeking their better health, their wellness, to have a sense of support and a sense of, I guess, camaraderie, maybe with somebody who can relate to them in a way that someone who's not been in their shoes or has not gone through what they're going through. Now, what I will share is that on November 11th, I went through with having the gastric bypass surgery. Now, for those of you who want to say, oh, you had surgery, weight loss surgery is the cheater's way out, let me tell you something. I have lost weight before without surgery. I worked my ass off for over a year. A lot of restricting involved and a lot of purging behaviors, not really the binging piece, but the purging behaviors. And yeah, I maintained it really well when I worked out for 2 hours a day on about 800 to 1,000 calories a day. And that's dangerous, and that's unhealthy, and that's not good for anybody. Regardless of how great you might look or feel, which I didn't really feel that good. I mean, I felt good because I looked good, but I didn't feel good from a stamina and health perspective. I felt like I was going to faint almost all day, every day. And I can tell you right now, it's no way to live your life. I can also tell you that it is a way easier to work out 2 hours a day and eat 1,000 calories a day than it is to go through the process and the recovery of weight loss surgery. So for anybody out there who's considering gastric bypass or gastric sleeve, if there is any person in your life who is like, oh, you're taking the cheater's way out. Oh, that's the easy way out. Oh, if you could just do diet and exercise. I want you to tell them to go fuck themselves, okay? Because they don't know what they're talking about. But I do, because I've done both. And I can tell you right now that getting the gastric bypass or the gastric sleeve, now granted I didn't get the sleeve, I got the bypass, similar recoveries, similar surgeries, except bypass is a little bit more invasive and they do a little bit more rerouting of your internal system. So it actually is a little bit harder than the gastric sleeve recovery and the gastric sleeve process. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, okay? The amount of dedication and understanding it takes every day, and the amount of mindfulness and the amount of having to listen to my body and understand that my body is going to accept some things and reject others, and following the diet to a T is not easy. And I can tell you right now that for anybody who hasn't gone through this, they may think that it's way easier to just diet and exercise. And they'd be right, because it is way easier to just diet and exercise. But what they don't understand is that for some of us, dieting and exercising is never going to cut it. And I don't know why. And I'm not trying to say that, oh, I was born with a fat gene, but I was. And both my father's side and my mother's side can show you that history. And it's not even about people being unhealthy, because some of my family members are the healthiest people I know. And they still don't ever just have that body, that skinny thigh gap body that is so revered in the society and medical world as it is. And I know from personal experience. I mean, I didn't eat very badly. There were times when I did. But in the past year, I've been super mindful about what I put in my mouth. I've been, trying to do as much as I can to be a healthy person, because I want to be around for my kid as long as I can be. And I want to feel good, and I want to run. I miss running. I love to run. You wouldn't know that looking at me right now because I don't look like a runner, right? Well, just because I don't look like it doesn't mean I'm not. But I can tell you that being my size and running don't go well together. Number one, it's almost impossible. I can't go very far without hurting myself. And so that's really not going to help me. And the same is true for pretty much any other exercise I tried. Now, granted, I walk and, I do things. My son and I do yoga. I don't mind being active. I ride my bike. I take him on my bike. And pulling a 40-pound kid with yourself is not easy, especially when you're going up and down hills. But guess what? I did that all summer. And I ate healthy pretty much all summer. Like, granted, yeah, did I have some campfire marshmallows? Sure did. Did I have some fast food here and there when we were running late? Sure did. But did I eat it all day every day? No. Did we have really good meals that were healthy with, a lean protein and a vegetable and a small amount of starch that was a complex carb? Yes, we did. And did I still stay stuck at that bigger weight? Yes, I did. Well, guess what? There's science that actually proves that I'm not crazy and neither are you. But we're not here to talk about science this time. This is really just meant to be I don't even know what's going on right now. I think it's like the light coming through my window. Anyway, ooh. Yeah, it's definitely the light coming through my window. We are here. That's better. We are here to talk about this journey because I want my journey to help someone else if it can. And if nobody watches this, okay. And if nobody can relate to me, okay. But if one person out there finds this and finds it useful and helpful in their process to being a healthier person and a healthier version of themselves, then I've done what I came here to do. Because really that's all I want, is to help someone else who's going through something similar. So, here are some fun facts about me. On November 11th, I went in for gastric bypass to Royal Oak, Beaumont under Dr. Chingalis, who was amazing, by the way. Highly recommend him. One of my girlfriends is actually going through Dr. Kraus. He comes very highly recommended as well. I didn't have him, so I can't speak on him. I can say that he comes very highly recommended and seems to be a very good surgeon as well. But my team was awesome. Like I said, Dr. Chingalis was my surgeon. He was amazing. I had a great team. I'm still followed by that team. I just met with my dietitian this afternoon, and I spoke to the nurse this morning, and I'm doing really well. I'm hitting my goals, and I'm keeping on my diet because it's important, and this is a lifestyle change, and this is a mindset change. So we're going to talk about that in future episodes. But like I said, today's purpose was just really to introduce why I'm here, what my purpose is, and why I'm coming. So I'm going to try to do segments that focus on bariatric progress after surgery. And then I'm also going to try to do segments on like self-esteem and body image and those types of things. So in the intro, I'm just going to, like I said, tell you what I weighed on the day of surgery. So November 11th, I weighed 260 pounds. Granted, I'm not quite 5'1", so that's a pretty big deal. Today, I weigh 237 pounds. I have lost 23 pounds in 3 weeks. And I'm still fat, but I feel fantastic. I have more energy than I've had in years. I have a different relationship with food. I am not consumed by what I'm consuming. And that's huge. Because whether I was restricting or I was trying to eat healthy or I was having an emotional eating day, I was always consumed by what I was consuming. Whether it was too much, whether it was not enough, whether it was good or bad or too much fat or not enough fat or too many calories, not enough calories. I'm learning to see food differently, and I'm learning to see my body differently and listen to it in a way that I was never, ever taught to listen to it. And I can tell you, none of that would have been possible without having to go through the surgery in the process. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, the process takes approximately 1 year. Now, it depends on your insurance and it depends on your BMI. But they are not you. It's not like you're going to go to a seminar and you're going to be like, sign me up, and then they're just going to be like, okay, surgery next week, cutting your stomach open, and this is how we're doing it. No, 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 no. Because they want you to be successful. So they teach you in advance of the surgery how to eat and how to be active and how to learn, relearn, unlearn, and relearn how to listen to your body and how to eat and how not to eat. And it takes time, but the time goes by anyway. And I can tell you, without all the tools and the knowledge, I probably would not be where I am right now. I probably wouldn't be doing as well as I'm doing. I probably wouldn't be taking it as slowly as I'm taking it. My body would probably be rejecting things. But it's not, because I went through the program and I did the process and I followed the guidelines. And I can't say enough of how wonderful this is. I am lucky my insurance covered it. I did have some out-of-pocket costs. You know, there were some tests and things and some copays that I had to have done. And that's okay, because that was an investment in me. But I want to let every single one of you know that you're worth it. And that if you're considering this, go to one of the seminars. Do your research in advance and go to one of the seminars. Be ready to ask questions. I know right now there's nothing in person because Rona, but you can do the virtual seminars. They're hosting the virtual seminars. They're always free. You can go through Beaumont, McLaren, Henry Ford. There are doctors at each site that are highly, highly recommended. Again, I went through Beaumont, but I was originally looking at McLaren and Dr. Pesta. I'm in Michigan, so for those of you in a different state, you'd probably have to do your own research. There are some great support groups on Facebook, and like most of the hospitals that offer the surgery have additional support groups that you can be involved in. Get the support that you need, but do your research. Go to a seminar and learn about it, because there's no harm in that. And even if you decide not to and you want to try the traditional route, like the Beaumont Weight Center, they offer weight management programs that have nothing to do with surgery. And you don't even have to be considering the surgery to access those things. Most insurances cover it, because in this day and age, most insurances recognize that if we can reduce people's weight, whether surgically or through whatever other means, we can increase their health and their wellness and their longevity, which in turn reduces the cost to the insurance company, right? So even Medicaid covers this. So if you're out there thinking, well, yeah, I'm sure you got it covered because you have some fancy insurance, Medicaid covers it too, guys. Like, because again, the insurance companies recognize the benefit that this has for the longevity and the health of the people that get it done. So do your research, ask the questions, go to a seminar, virtual or otherwise, and learn about it. I mean, I went in thinking I was going to get the gastric sleeve. And then I found out what gastric bypass was all about, and they told me about the changes that they can't quite explain, the physiological changes in your body that happen as a result of this. And I knew, I was like, that's me. Like, he's talking about me. He's talking about me. So don't discount something just because you're unsure of it, or because you've got haters in your ear saying, oh, that's the easy way, or oh, that's just a cheater's way, or whatever the fuck they have to say. Don't listen to them. Listen to yourself. And again, I'm not telling you to go get the surgery. I'm telling you to do your research and get informed and know what's best for you, because what's best for me might not be best for you. For me, gastric bypass was the best choice. For my friend, it was gastric sleeve. For my other friend, it was not either of those options. So it's okay just to find what works for you and start on your journey, because we only got one life, at least one of these lives. I mean, if we want to get spiritual, we can talk about other lives too. I don't know if y'all notice, but I get down with that too. But we only get one this. Whatever you believe, we can all agree, you only get one this. Make the most of it. Be happy. Be healthy. And I'm here to support you. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. I will answer, or I'll post another video. If you want to reach out, feel free to email me. It's in my channel thing. I'm still figuring this out, so let me know. I don't have a problem. I want to be available to anybody who is seeking information or guidance or just seeking somebody to go through this with, because it's hard. It's not easy. So in my next vlog, I'll upload some pictures because I've taken some pictures. You can see some progress, and we'll talk about like what it's been like since surgery, what surgery was like, and kind of go through it. So again, if you have questions, drop them. Comments, drop them. If you're going to be a negative troll, just get the fuck out of here, because I'm not going to tolerate your bullshit, and I'm not going to let you pick on anybody in this group. Anybody that follows me, anybody that comments, or me, because I'm worth more than that, and so are they. And if you are that kind of person, then I pray for you, and I hope that whatever is hurting you, you get help with, because the only kind of people who hurt other people are ones that are hurting themselves. So I'm sorry for whatever happened to you, but it's not going to happen here, okay? Bye, guys.